Hey everybody, welcome to week 6. I just wanted to go over some stuff for you guys just to make sure you understood what was expected of this week. All right, so when you go into Schoology, week 6 folder is there and ready for you guys. It's going to start off with week 6, this week 6 slide deck, sorry. You're going to click that link and it's going to make a copy of you. My cat decided to do in the video. Make a copy of you of your slide deck. So we've got week 6 here. It's going to look very much like it has been, okay? So we've got our CNN, and then we're going to go into stages 3 and 4 of the Holocaust. So if you remember last week, we were talking about stage 1 and 2. Stage 1 being the attitudes towards Jews and how they were negatively thinking that the Jews were terrible and whatnot. And then stage 2 was the actions taken towards Jews, like the Nuremberg laws and the closing of businesses and stuff like that. Now we're going to be looking at stage 3, which is relocation. This is relocating the Jews from their home to the ghettos. And then also stage 4, which is extermination. This is Hitler's final solution. This is where you're going to see millions of Jews that are going to be exterminated during this time. All right, so we've got stage 3 right here, which is relocation. We're looking at all of the different ghettos that you're going to find in Europe. Okay, also these two maps are more maps about the ghettos. And if you look right here on the left-hand side, it kind of tells you the population based on, these bubbles. And so if they're little tiny bubbles, then, it's not as much. But then if they're bigger bubbles, obviously there's a higher population there. Then what you guys are going to do is you are going to continue to watch the Engineering Evil video that we started before we left. Okay, so if you guys click on this slide 7, the link is right here. You're going to start at 22 minutes. Okay, and it says the times that you're supposed to do on the various slides. So if you go to slide 8, it's going to kind of give you an overview of these two stages, relocation and extermination. And so you're going to watch from 22 minutes to 28 minutes, and it says the time right here. And then you're going to tell me where are examples or how are ghettos an example of relocation. Okay, and then you're going to explain to me how are concentration camps an example of extermination. So then you are going to continue, and it's going to give you the various times. Now, it's not going to necessarily have you watch all of this. You can see this one goes from 28 minutes to 30 minutes, but then it skips down here to 31 minutes. And what you need to do is you need to watch that little segment and then explain how that is an example of stage 3. You need to identify, is it stage 3 or 4? And how is it or why is it an example of stage 3 or 4? So there's 2 slides where you're going to be looking at various things, okay? So there's that slide and then this slide. Then what you're going to do is there's a little bit of resistance going on, so you're going to read about what's going on in Denmark. And then also just some other things in Denmark and the resistance. And then we're going to specifically get into stage 4. Stage 4 is where you guys are going to be analyzing some maps, and these maps are like this one is extermination camps, killing sites, of concentration camps. There are differences between extermination camps and concentration camps and labor camps and killing sites. So you're going to be looking at what are the different ones that are here. So on this slide, you're just going to tell me, is Blaschow, is this a concentration camp? Is this a killing site? Is it an extermination camp? What is it? Okay, so you're just going to read the key over here, and then I've provided little arrows for you guys to kind of help find those various camps. Then you're going to just go into a little bit more detail on those camps, and then we're going to now look at maps. Okay, these are kind of interactive maps. You're going to use this link. You're going to choose 2 maps. I don't care which ones you do. You're going to choose 2 maps. Give me the map title for each of them, and then answer those 2 questions. And then the other thing you're going to do is look at other victims. It was not just Jews that were targeted. There are other victims that are targeted as well. So you're going to identify 2 groups of individuals or groups of other victims that you want to know more about. If you would like to know how the gypsies were targeted or how the homosexuals were targeted, then you can dive into a little bit more of that. Then on this slide is where you would tell me, okay, I want to learn about the gypsies, why was this group targeted and what ended up happening to them. Okay, and then liberation, when everybody was rescued from these concentration camps. We're going to look a little bit at the liberation and continue. And then the last slide is where you're going to get to your Holocaust Journal Part 2. Click here. I'm going to make a copy for you, and it's going to look like this. Okay, so this one is only going to be entry number 3 because it's kind of a meaty one. You can see that there's going to be 4 different paragraphs, so it's going to be pretty lengthy, and you're going to explain, and it even says what slides to look at and whatnot. You're going to explain how those are relocation, how they're extermination, talk about the other victims. So don't forget, you're just going to write in that blue box and create it in those 4 paragraphs. So then step 2 is where you are going to turn in your Holocaust Part 2, and then you need to also submit your week slides submission when you are all done with everything. Please get those in if you can by Friday. If you have any questions, just feel free to email me. Alrighty, have a good one.